What drives an economy forward? In the West, the debate often centers around a binary choice: the invisible hands of the market versus the guiding hand of the state. But over the past few decades, China has rejected this dichotomy. Here, the two forces don't compete, they work together. In this episode, we'll explore how China's model, a dynamic market guided by the proactive government, reshapes industries, transforms cities, and fuels growth. Because behind China's rise lies neither miracle nor dogma, but a system built on coordination and choice. What about an unassuming inland city without abundant natural resources, being a national transport hub, or a strong physical revenue? The city of Hefei achieved the impossible by investing smartly and decisively. Some say it was all pure luck.
合肥不是靠手气，手气指的运气，我们靠的是手艺。
With a nearly 300% GDP jump, Hefei has made tens of billions of dollars by investing into industries and tech companies that have been deemed essential to China's future development. Chip making, next-gen screen manufacturing, new energy vehicles, and artificial intelligence are all pillar industries fueling the city's growth. Hefei is now one of China's 4 national scientific centers. In the world where resources are limited, making the right choice often matters more than just hard working. Take this supermarket, so many shelves, so many options, but we can't grab everything, right? The same goes for investing. You have to pick the best options. Go for the right shelves with real potential, where demand is heating up and the future looks bright. That's what a smart market does. It knows how to choose.
一个地方要想提升整个地方经济的发展，产业放在是重中之重。只有你的产业发展了，科技的优势才能发挥。因为产业结构变化，所以推动我们整个科技创新，整个和产业的融合互动，科技的优势得到了极大发挥，这种城市的气质发生了变化。
But what sorts of industries should a city choose? Hefei has its standards.
所以你想，我们选产业，你看主要国家战略体系，战略性就是国家要干的事情，就有国家战略。你这东西国家想干，一定方向没错，就你看可能干不成，大家思考，做研究。像芯片，这是国家下一步一定会有正视的，会有大发展的。我们国家是缺的，这是被国外一直控制的，这是我们要做的。
Hefei's rise as the high-tech hub wasn't just top-down planning. It was market demand that sparked the change. Over the past decade, as China became the world's largest consumer electronic market, TVs, computers, and smartphones flooded homes, driving huge demand for LCD panels and memory chips. Hefei answered the call. Companies like BOE Technology and Changxi Memory seized the moment, scaled fast, and innovated boldly, turning Hefei into a leading tech innovator. However, investment comes with risks. And to run a city, one must be daring without being reckless. First, build a team of expert-level officials. Second, form a proactive government. Third, push forward a well-functioning market mechanism. The rest is history. This has been a recipe for Hefei's success.
市场的逻辑是推动产业的发展，真正就是落实国家提出的，就是让要素在资源配置当中起决定性作用。
我觉得呢，第一首要的原因呢，是中国政府发挥了非常积极而且呢到位的作用。所以市场经济呢，它是一个必要条件，但它绝对不是一个经济增长的充分条件。所以还是要看你这个政府怎么去搞改革，怎么去制定政策。
Because in a modern economy, the role of government become more and more complicated. On one hand, it should offer public goods and regulation. But on the other hand, when the market itself becomes more and more complicated, the government should also serve as a very active regulator or very active interventioner to the economy. Because during the whole process, the government should give a fair play playground for all the companies, not only state-owned economy, private economy, and foreign invested companies, to give them a fair play environment. Another side is that because the market and the whole system is in a dynamic system, so this also needs the government has a vision for the future.
这块来讲呢，还是一个新的热点。
Li Hongzhuo runs the city's largest state-owned fund. His fund poured over $2.5 billion into a new base for Visionox, the fourth largest OLED screen manufacturers in the world. But achieving success would take much more than just money and promises.
If the seafood, the chili, the garlic, and the fire are all the seasoning raw ingredients of the market, then the government is the one behind the wall. Every city can get the same ingredients. Only the chef who really knows the balance, how much heat, how much spice, and when to turn up the flame. Well, they can cook a plate that's bold, flavorful, but not overwhelming. Spicy, but just so right.
为什么又挑中了合肥？如果官员们不懂产业，又不懂政策，我们就很难合作。我那么多钱投进去了，他会担心。然后呢，如果不对产业不了解，那么长的周期，他会着急的。政府他可能4年5年他就换了，政策怎么延续？但是这一些在合肥，他都能够是真的是说一张蓝图给你绘到底，而且也是一任领导接着一任干。
But a solid contract is only the beginning. What truly pushes these tech companies to innovate day and night isn't just the government support. It's the relentless pressure of market competition. The government gives businesses the entrance ticket, but once they get on the field, they're on their own. Customers compare, competitors catch up. That market pressure is like an invisible whip. It pushes businesses to iterate faster, cut costs, and innovate relentlessly. The market also plays a crucial role in talent cultivation and the allocation of human resources. Relying on institutions like the University of Science and Technology of China, Hefei has trained a large number of high-tech professionals, many of whom chose to stay because of city's thriving tech industry.
产业变化以后，如果你是高端的产业，你应当吸引的就是高端的人才、高层次的人才，所以这个城市它就形成良性互动了，优秀的人才留下来了，高端的科研平台、产业平台都有了，它就形成一种良性的，对吧？优秀人才越聚越多，产业发展越来越有活力，创新的能力越来越强。
The Chinese leadership formulates development plans in 5-year circles, which is also a key policy of its proactive governance. The 15th 5-year plan officially begins in 2026. The new plan's objectives include accelerating self-reliance and self-improvement in high-level science and technology, and leading the development of new quality productive forces. This isn't just another 5-year circle. It's a crucial period for institutionalizing the effective market, plus proactive government model. The plan explicitly calls for better combining the effective market and proactive government. This means Hefei's experiment will be replicated in more cities.
A proactive government and effective market, like a symphony, they need to play in sync. One sets direction, the other brings energy. When they work together, the result can be powerful. But this kind of coordination doesn't happen overnight in China. Take the chip industry, for example. This road has been long and full of setbacks, but things are changing.
Chen Anxiang leads one of the country's top semiconductor companies and serves as the chairman of China Semiconductor Industry Association. China has been trying to develop its own chip industry for decades, but government support alone didn't lead to success.
我们国家在发展集成电路这个事情上走了很长的弯路。过去呢，一直是大学、国家的这种研究所、科学院来去做这些事情。那我认为，在花了很长一段时间的摸索之后，那现在呢，我们相信，在我们发展集成电路模式当中啊，一定孕育了一个巨大的成功的模式。我们大家一起拭目以看。
So what finally got China's chip sector on a fast track? It was when development moved from a national mission to real-world market applications. A telling example is China's home appliance industry, which once relied heavily on imported chips. These foreign chips were not only expensive, but also came with long delivery lead times. Later, the industries began collaborating with domestic chip manufacturers. This shift not only better met their volume requirements, but also enabled co-design partnerships tailored to appliance makers' specific needs. It was precisely market users like these appliance companies providing substantial orders that helped local chip makers gain a solid foothold. The vast Chinese domestic market became a testing ground where technology meets real users, and innovation continuously evolves through iteration.
For example, the SpaceX from Elon Musk. It started the first bunch of engineers and the first, government proclamations. They all starting from NASA. So this is, I think, a very typical case that these high-tech industries, at the very beginning, the role of the government, its visible hand, is still very important as, I have to say, a first push. This niche power actually play a very important role that these industries can have their first bunch of money, can guarantee they can start up their innovation. And gradually, I think when the system become more mature, it can become more sustainable, and then the government's visible hand can gradually, let it go and make it more, self-innovative.
China's chip industry exceeded 1 trillion yuan in 2023, a tenfold increase in 10 years.
Well, China is no longer the world factory. It's now an innovation powerhouse, reshaping its future, one breakthrough at a time. The rise of Hefei and many other lesser-known cities into tech leaders shows what's possible when a proactive government collaborates with a dynamic market. This new model, built on tech breakthroughs and shared growth, offers the world a different path to modernization, one worth watching and perhaps even emulating.